Shalawam, call hello Yahawashi Yahawashi by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth to be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigner. And to the Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalawam. This is your brother MALCHAAMAH from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago. And I'm going to read the book of 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter, the 3rd and 4th verse. This is 9, 3, and 4. And it reads, Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, and even from the beginning.
This is W7. I want to show you guys what's going on in the UK here as people are revolting against these orders of only coming out in packs of 2. They basically said that during this whole thing, you're not allowed to be seen anywhere, to go anywhere, if you're in a group of over 2 people. So these people are just livid. They're coming out in large droves. I want you to see that the world is barking back. Every country. The mainstream is not going to show you this. This is why you need to unplug from the mainstream. We've been saying it for damn near a decade. But maybe now with all this crap going on around you, you can see that all they're doing is playing you down every avenue. So, huge crowds coming out. And they're trying to stop this from being shared on Facebook and other platforms. But we're going to do our part out here to let folks know that the people are rising all across the globe. They're snuffing this crap out. And it's going down. You can see people here not happy. They have a right to be able to exercise their freedoms, but they feel their freedoms are being stripped left and right. You can see people coming out in mass here. I'm just going to play a clip. I'll end it on this clip here of all these people hitting the streets. If you've got anything like this, let me know. Dabu7@yahoo.com. And make sure to join me over on D-Live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's where it's going down. Much love.
Chicago is good.
Let's stop it right there. This is Isaiah 19:3. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to idols and to charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits and wizards. And you know, you can kind of compare that to the election. All right, they're seeking to charmers and they're seeking to idols because they're idolizing these people. And then these people, they're inaugurated. They deal in spirits. All right, they definitely deal in spirits. All these politicians, man. So next video is going to be the U.S. election. Michigan militia prepare for civil war. And we're going to go back to 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter, and actually I'm gonna just read verses 1 through 6 all the way through. We read 9. We'll just go ahead and read 1 through 6. This is 2nd Esdras 9:1, and it reads. And as a matter of fact, let's click on this video. Salakia, let's get it queued up.
There's a run on guns in Michigan.
Ooh, a run on guns in Michigan. Perfect way to start. He answered me then, Salakia, he answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So the end was being declared in the beginning. All right. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. All right. The end is manifest, man. It is here. So without any further ado, next video.
and many are first-time buyers. They've gone back to the classroom to learn and into the shooting ranges because of fears of civil unrest.
Amen! Fire!
And they come in and they don't even know the process. They don't even know what they have to do. All they know is they want to buy a gun. And I'm fielding over 100 phone calls a day for that too.
I know.
Some believe the bigger, the better. Others want guns they can hide in their handbags. They're from all political sides and all driven by fear.
People are doing things that we never even thought about doing before.
So they're all from all political sides, was just telling you that they're going to be all against each other. All right? Racially as well.
Taking it to limits that we never thought about going before.
It's almost like a deterrent more than anything else. My goal is
A
to
real
never ever
Jew
have to use it.
and an imposter.
So you just want to be as best prepared. We're going grocery shopping after this. Stock up the cupboards. Stock up the cupboards.
Stockpiling food.
Well, not stockpiling, but just being comfortable just in case.
Dropping all signature on the back.
They've been dropping off their early votes amidst a legal battle about allowing guns at the polls on election day.
My concern is for our seniors who are going to come out to vote on the 3rd and have to worry about seeing a bunch of people outside with guns.
Get out and vote!
And this in a swing state where the FBI discovered a plot to kidnap the governor over her lockdown measures and where multiple militia are active.
Oh, it's horrible. You know, that's got to stop. These militiamen, they're radicals, you know. They consider them domestic terrorists, and they should be jailed. I hope we can catch them and put them in jail.
Whatever the
You know
election day
what?
outcome,
The U.S. government is the biggest and the worst terrorist that the world has ever seen. Point blank, period. You just look at the history of America and what it did to the inhabitants and what it's done to the other nations all along since it's been in power. You know, America, I believe, is 246 years old, and 222 years of that time they have been at war. All right, taking other people's shit, dropping bombs, and sending militaries in against other people. Point blank, period, man.
America has a terror problem.
That toxic view of politics has been imported to our state.
And it's homegrown.
There's a ladder of escalation that, frankly, as a former CIA officer, I used to watch in terrorist groups abroad. You know, how does a young man in the middle of Iraq go from being, you know, a shopkeeper to a terrorist?
How that happens when people like you come into his land, shoot and kill and rape his sister, shoot his father, take his land, and then when he fights back, you label him a terrorist. When he doesn't agree, you label him a terrorist. That is how it happens.
Well, there's a ladder of escalation, and I never thought that I would be using those skills to watch extremism in my own country.
And there are multiple armed groups. Take the Boogaloo Boys, highly suspicious of the authorities and the media, but who agreed to meet us in North Michigan. They say they're not supremacists, just fighting government tyranny. But in the last few weeks, they're among several outfits purged from social media as part of a crackdown on militarized groups. We watched them preparing, they said, for civil war. Several Boogaloos have been...
Isaiah 19:3 and Salakia, Isaiah 19:1. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and he shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst thereof. So in the midst of these wars that are going to go on, the Lord is going to show up and terrorize everyone, man. All right? Verse 2. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian. You're getting ready to see Egyptian on Egyptian violence the same way and worse than it was during the Civil Wars. During the Civil War, as a matter of fact, World War I, World War II. All right? That was white man on white man violence and the worst violence the world has ever seen. Those wars. And this, what's coming, is going to make those look like they were a walk in the park on a bright and sunny day.
arrested across a string of states accused of plotting violent attacks. But these men insist they're defenders of rights, including the right to bear arms.
As soon as we started coming to the public light, we were labeled immediately as terrorists, right-wingers, as even racists.
Part of that.
And
Part of that also.
Anytime you stand up, because I don't really know much about them, but one thing that they do see that I probably agree with them on is that you have a government that enforces very unconstitutional and laws and violate the laws that were set in the land well before this pandemic happened. All right, and oppressing its people with overtaxation. And quite frankly, I mean, it is what it is, and the people are tired of it, man. They're tired of it. That's why so many politicians and people want to go into politics, because politics are always in a position where they're funneling money from the people into their own pockets. The same thing happened in ancient Rome and Egypt. The money failed there, and the same thing is happening in Rome / Egypt / Sodom and Gomorrah / the new daughter of Babylon. It's happening all over again. All right, this is Second Ezra, and 15 and 16, and it reads, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and in the course of their actions they shall stand in their power." And these men are ready to stand up in their power, fight, and die to preserve the good old racist, hateful America back to the way it was. All right, instead of this new crazy, hateful America that's really not beneficial to good old boys like themselves, like it once was. All right.
Let's deal with the fact that if you don't agree to their ideology, they're gonna label whatever they want to label you.
other people might sell freedom short, but that's not going to be me. So.
And in reality, what does that mean? Taking on people, shooting people.
I mean,
what does that mean?
Possibly could.
If it comes to that.
Yeah, if it comes to that, that could be an outcome.
A sheriff is supposed to take a stand and say, not in my county, if a unconstitutional law goes forth, such as a lockdown or, you know, gun confiscation or...
And see, this guy is not alone in his sentiment. There are many, many Americans that feel like he does, man, especially among the Edomite persuasion. And these guys ain't playing around, man. They're for real, and they are not alone, man. It's many of them. It's way more. It's probably way more than authorities even know, and people are ready to join them. Hey, so just prepare, man. You know, prepare yourself spiritually. Stay prayed up, and you know you should be hasting the day for this anyway, man. And Biden being in office is gonna speed all this up. You best believe it. All right. Trump was trying to downplay this thing. That's why they got rid of him, man. Remember, presidents are selected, not elected. They are selected. And they selected Biden over Trump because Trump was not playing. He wasn't being a good puppet anymore. All right. Biden is going to bring on the mass vaccinations, forced vaccinations, and the forcing of the microchip really quickly. He also is going to bring back that Iran uranium deal, which is going to, and Israeli government has already said they will go to war immediately, all right, with Iran, with Biden being in office pushing forth their policy. So, you know, America's days are beyond numbered, all right? We've been telling you this, and now it's finally here, all right? So prepare yourselves. Call Yahawah, Yahawashi, Shalawam.